in detail. That is a burn that I can't fathom that as a burn, because it's just like, it's such a fire burn. Holy Hello friends, thank you for joining me today, and I'm glad you did, because I've got something pretty great for you today. If you like Reddit, and if you're a person of culture like me, then you probably enjoy Reddit in some capacity. Listen, the Reddit is like the modern day message board. If you've ever been on a forum or like a PHPBB, like forum about a topic that you like. I used to be on several wrestling ones in the past because I'm a dork, but that's okay. If you have a thing that you like, Reddit has a subreddit dedicated to it. And basically today I want to read you my favorite Reddit post of all time. It was posted 6 years ago by the Reddit user God_damn_hedonist. So you can really already tell where this is going. Now, I can't remember which one of my friends sent me this post, because one of my friends did in fact send me this post. This was not something I stumbled upon by myself, and you will figure out why in just a little bit. But yeah, this is one of my favorite posts on Reddit. And the idea I had initially for this video was to do a don't laugh challenge, because every single time I read this thread, it makes me just chuckle like a little silly bitch. And I was going to try and read the whole thing without laughing, but I think that's going to be virtually impossible. So I'm going to try and do it without laughing for as long as I can, and then I will just continue from there, because this is worth reading. And it's a really hard to find thread. It only has 56 upvotes, which is a crying shame, and 12 comments. But it deserved more than that for sure. And so it's hard to find, if you don't know exactly what the wording of the title is, it's hard to find. It's hard to find. And every single time I think about it, I have to go through 20 minutes of was it this or was it this, to eventually find it again. And so I decided I'm going to not only read it on the internet and keep it somewhere where I know it is always for posterity, I'm also going to put the link in the description so I know where the link is at all times, and so you can go read it for yourself whenever you're feeling down, because it is definitely a mood booster. So yeah. The post itself is on r/stims, which is in fact about drugs. And listen, not shame. If you're an adult, you can do whatever the hell you want, as long as you're not harming another person or others. And you know what? I got no problem with this, but it's just not me. And so this is the reason why I didn't know about this. I didn't find this myself. This was given to me by a friend. I'm glad I don't remember that friend, so I don't accidentally blow up their spot. So the post is entitled "How to Use Amphetamines Without Harming Yourself and or Having a Shitty Experience." And the reason why this is my favorite thread is going to be readily apparent very soon. So I've decided to write a short guide for those new to amphetamines. It will go over the steps one should take if they want to stay healthy and make each experience as positive as possible. Hopefully, it will provide some good information. I'm actually very high on amphetamines right now though, but with that being said, this guide will stay short and sweet and to the point. That's the first lie. I don't know if there are any lies after that, but that's the first one for sure. Try and get some sleep every night. Benzos, marijuana, Unisom/Benadryl, melatonin, and valerian root should all help with that tremendously. But it's best to just try and use the most minimal amount of these substances as possible to stay safer. So valerian and melatonin in moderation to strong doses are fundamental. You'd likely also need to add 50 milligrams of diphenhydramine, which is Benadryl, or promethazine, which is Phenergan, to that. If you still need help, then marijuana can be a wonderful and largely not harmful solution, but usually only depending on the strain and genetics of any given sample of marijuana. All caps. It's very important. The strain is very important. Cannabis indica is the type of weed you're looking for if you can get it. Hybrids usually only work if they're more indica dominant, but this is not always the case. One sativa dominant haze hybrid I used to have supply of was one of the best cures for amphetamine insomnia that I've ever tried, and it wasn't even that potent compared to other haze strains. That's what they say. Indica, couch. But anyway, the point is, if you're going to add marijuana for sleep, then either A, know the strain, or B, go for a strain with a genetic closer to indica, or most importantly, C, just fucking smoke some of the weed you have by itself long before you start the amphetamine run. You'll know then if it's an option or not. If you still don't get results, the last option is a prescription sedative hypnotic. Your best bet is one of the more popular and useful benzodiazepines because there are 5 types of prescription strength sedative hypnotics. Benzos, Z-drugs, gabapentin, neurotonin, which is in parentheses. You see it on the screen. Barbiturates and chloral hydrate. First of all, you're almost definitely not going to get access to a barbiturate. That's a valid option. You can get Floricet, but what you would really need is something like Seconal or Butasol. Therefore, it's typically, at the most, only one barbiturate option, and that's phenobarbital. Here's where it gets fucking wild. But compared to the aforementioned benzodiazepine option, phenobarbital is a lot harder to get than the more popular benzohypnotics and sedatives. You'll always find Klonopin or Restoril long before you find phenobarbital. B, phenobarbital is through and through just a shitty barb compared to hypnotic barbs of the 50s, especially for the sedation needed in a situation like this. When it's actually even useful, it's mainly just useful as an anticonvulsant. Like, no lie, it is to barbs hypnotics what Concerta and shit is to uppers, but simultaneously hard to get. It is to barbiturates. I lost immediately because I see it coming. It is to barbiturates what Caillou is to early 2000s PBS kids shows, you know? Like, you'll always choose Arthur or Dragon Tales over a goddamn show about a goddamn whiny as fuck stereotypical white Mr. Clean knockoff alien toddler who is literally always whining about something. Whinier than Dandy from American Horror Story Freak Show, and still more disturbing too. And the motherfucker never matches his outfit. Looked like some kind of fucked up bootleg, emotionally troubled binge crack addict version of Carissa Explains It All's type of fashion, but like only using 3 or 4 colors. Who dressed him? What was the point of the show? It just taught young kids that if their parents were lax enough, they'd get anything they wanted and then still whine about everything at all times, and that they could get away with 5 times more if they looked like they had cancer and colorblind parents. This is the thing, is like, I didn't understand why my friend sent me this to read when I did at the time. And then I got here and I'm just like, it never gets back on track after this. This is just where we're at now. And it gets more and more angry as time goes on. It's pretty good. I left my water in the other room and I'm gonna need it. This is why all of the kids who were born in the mid-90s became so easily fucked up. Their early childhood development was influenced too largely by Caillou. I was a mid to late 90s baby who watched it, and look at me now, a bipolar, amphetamine addict, and ex-drug dealer, a really shitty drug dealer too, whose teenage years ended up being like a low-quality, fucked up, and twisted parody of the prodigal son, but more depressing, who has a 2.4 GPA and so many problems that it's comical. Whew. I love this first little bit of this paragraph. It's great. And I had to work hard as fuck for that 2.42. I had to put forth all my effort into cheating, deceiving, manipulating, damage control, and general fuckweaseling all through my adolescent public schooling. And even that wasn't quite enough. It took all that plus sheer luck. Sheer luck that things just always happen to fall into place. In the end, sheer luck that I only attended shitty schools, like for real. My high school's so lax about the most important shit, they're almost completely lost their accreditation literally like 4 different times since 2002. The only reason why they kept their accreditation is because A, the administrators and head staff were and still are very good at conning people into shit. It's gotten impressive. You would think they were members of O.J. Simpson's team of high quality attorneys. I won't name drop any Kardashians yet, but I'm getting to that soon. But with personality disorders and sociopathic tendencies equivalent to the bitch from Misery or my ex-boyfriend, and that last principle, the school I had that could con well but wasn't completely knuck and futz left, in 2006, 2007. No lie, by left I mean he killed himself during spring break. I can't make this shit up. And the assistant principal who substituted for him for the remaining month or two of that school year was low-key by our state's laws regarding who can be the principal or substitute principal of a public secondary school for any amount of time and who can't, was completely fucking unqualified to legally be a short or long-term substitute principal in the state. I just want to throw this out there. This is still under A in the heading. Going back, it's like the only reason they kept their accreditation is because A, and then all of this. This is just this one long run-on sentence. And I don't... Oh, there is a B. It's coming up. The B is coming up. Hold tight. Like, apparently he was supposed to have a graduate degree, a bit more experience. He was supposed to have had recently taken certain classes about education and instructional technology, and the county was supposed to have asked for a resume and reliable references from him, and then checked those references thoroughly. In reality, he had a bachelor's degree in something, a license to teach that he was in serious danger of losing, 2 past convictions during the early 90s, misdemeanors, no one knows what for. No graduate degrees, but he later claimed that at the time he was in some program to get a master's degree at some university and had been in the program to earn the master's degree since around 1999. Someone told me he said once that he finally graduated that program in goddamn 2009. Allegedly no resume and unchecked references in this eye that was like, not a lazy eye, but similar in a really weird and creepy way. And like, it was demonic somehow. And LMAO, every time I get in trouble and get sent to this office, I'd be like, look at me in these eyes when I'm talking to you. And I'd be like, bruh. Sorry. And every time I'd get in trouble, I'd get sent to his office, he'd be all like, look me in the eye when I'm talking to you. And I'd be all like, bruh. But anyway, that was, I think, the second year in a row that we almost lost accreditation. Like, what the fuck, but moving on. That was A. That was A. B. They've somehow, since at least 80s or 90s, procured and have largely kept several wealthy old money retired local older dudes as sponsors somehow. Like the richest capitalist men in this pitiful county who have always controlled major parts of town and today do so through their kids, grandkids, and other proxies like their rich, paid-off side hoes or old family friends who they currently are blackmailing, who all have important positions in the county government. Damn capitalists, and so having those sponsors on my school's side makes the county school system want to help my school out and shit. C, the school has been deemed a local historical institution in this town, which is just completely fucking ridiculous. And D, our state isn't the shittiest in the U.S. Hint, it's the state directly above the shittiest state in the U.S. My guess would be it's Georgia because it's above Florida. Boomed them. But the laws about pre-tertiary education it has are very half-assed and ridiculous and like fucking camp. What? But the laws about pre-tertiary education it has are very half-assed and ridiculous and like fucking camp. Okay, I read that right. And so the school/county is constantly fucking finding loophole after loophole somehow, and they are constantly getting out of shit just by finding loopholes alone. So much shit, and everyone at the school is like, how the fuck does the state continue to let this happen? I've seen a large sample of these laws and shit, like, what the fuck? This shit is so erratic and nonsensical. It looks fucking I typed them up. It looks like I'm sure they were meaning to say it looks like I fucking typed them up, for Christ's sake. And E, if all else fails, they are really, really good at kissing ass and getting brownie points. So basically, that was a lot of points. So basically, my weaseling, damage control, manipulation skills, sheer luck, my school constantly breaking the rules still equals me having a 2.4 GPAs and a comically low class rank. That's sad. This is all clearly because I watched Caillou when I was 5. JK, it's actually my dad's fault that I turned out this way, but probably Caillou. A second example. Kylie Jenner was also born not all that long after I was. Bet. I fucking bet she watched Caillou back in the day. Bet. It's obvious, considering how whiny, attention-getting, unnecessary, privileged, and cancerous the entire Kardashian-Jenner clan is, that they would let her watch a lot of that show. And now look at her. She has duck lips worse than Lana Del Rey. She's dating a 25-year-old stock character and is pretending to be a cool rapper. How can he be a rapper if he cannot rap? He clearly has a fundamental misunderstanding of what rap is. What he calls a rap, his rap performances look like Creed compared to other rappers he's associated with, like Wayne, Nicki, and Wheelchair Jimmy alone. Not even mentioning like fucking Nas, Wu-Tang, Kendrick, or anybody good. No, just, I can't. Tyga makes fucking Macklemore look like Earl Sweatshirt. He makes Earl Sweatshirt look like fucking Kanye. And Kylie Jenner looks like the fucking Angelina Jolie fish from Shark Tank. Oh, this is about as far as I've made it. So whenever I go back to read this post, this beautiful top 10 A+ post, I started to just brace myself against the top half that I've read already, and then I get to the part where they just blast all over Tyga, and I lose it. Wheelchair Jimmy kills me. He makes Macklemore look like Earl Sweatshirt and makes Earl Sweatshirt look like fucking Kanye. What a line. What a line. What a line. And I bet it's the second time they've done this in this post. All the amphetamines in the world that once Bruce Jenner's 200-year-old looking ass finishes becoming a woman, she will still be prettier. It says she, he, they will still be prettier than Kris Kardashian, because Kris Kardashian is just not an attractive female at all, and her haunted womb has now infected this world with far too many unnecessary personalities. And like, I can't even tell the fucking kids apart. I know Kim's the one who had the sex tape with Rerun or whatever his name is. She married Kanye, and their daughter's name is South by Southwest, and then Kim's sisters' names are like Kevorkian, Keanu, Kid Rock, Ted Kaczynski, and the Shark-tailed Duck Lips or something like that. This post went places. It started out as like talking about like what you can do to avoid the insomnia that comes with amphetamines, and then it was a takedown piece on Caillou, and then it was a rant about GPA and their school, and then it was just a crushing takedown of the Kardashian family, specifically Kris Kardashian. That was a lot. Her haunted womb? That is explicit in detail. That is a burn that I can't fathom that as a burn, because it's just like, it's such a fire burn. Her haunted womb has now infected this world with far too many unnecessary personalities. Holy shit. Also calling Ray J Rerun. Beautiful. This is the final paragraph. We're in the home stretch here. So yeah, this was supposed to be a nice, well-written guide for first-timers on how to use amphetamines but still stay healthy and reduce/eliminate a harsh come-down/harsh side effects. I was going to go over staying hydrated. Staying hydrated, preventing high tolerance. There was supposed to be an entire section on nuts and how they alone will provide you with proteins, carbohydrates, and unsaturated fats that you have to make sure you get plenty of while on speed. I was going to mention that I prefer cashews and pistachios. A lot of people also prefer almonds, which are just as healthy. I was going to add that other unsalted and unglazed nuts, and also some, it says ALSP, but I think it means also. They mean also. Unsalted and unglazed nuts, and also sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds are all also great choices. God damn it, this was supposed to be educational. Oh well, fuck it. And then the emotional centerpiece that ties this whole post together. TLDR. Fuck Caillou. So, there's only 12 comments on this thread, so I'm gonna go through them. First comment, holy shit, dude. Second comment, with the person's flair. So in subreddits, you can set flair next to your name. That's like a inside joke or some type of thing related to the subreddit that you're in. And this person's flair is still fuck Caillou, which is great. I needed this today. I haven't stopped laughing since Rerun or whatever his name is. Hey, same. God, I love this sub. Somebody said, God fucking damn, I love posts like these. If someone asks, what do stimulants make people do? Just link them to beautiful stuff like this. And then somebody with an unfortunately deleted account I think it might be the person who posted this thread, but so I'll go look at their page in a second. But the person who posted this comment is deleted. So if you want to go back 2 years in my post history, you'll see 6 months worth of posts like these. Looking back on it, it's embarrassing as hell. And God, I just wish I could see those posts. Let me look at God_damn_hedonist. No, that's their only post. So this is a completely separate user that deleted their account. Damn. And then another comment dropped the Caitlyn Jenner paragraph, the whole thing about the Kardashians, which may be the best paragraph in the whole post, honestly. This is the best thing I've ever seen on Reddit, hands down. You're right. Haven't done Stims in years. This reminded me what it's like and made me lol. Thank you. This was so great, all of it, but the very best part is Kris Kardashian's haunted womb. Oh my God. Yep. Like I said, it's like it's a takedown that just affects your core. Like, I was hurt by it. And I have no love for Kris Kardashian, but I was hurt by that. So yeah, that was it. That's my favorite post on Reddit. It literally, like, I'll just sit down and reread this. There's some typos, lots of run-on sentences. It just goes so many. It takes so many journeys. It takes more journeys than the fucking Hobbit does, and that's what I love about it. And high art. j.r.r. Tolkien could never. But yeah, that's really it. Like I said at the top, I'm going to put the link to this post in the description of this video, mostly for me, but you should just save it and read it whenever you get a hankering to be happy, because literally this brings, it's not a secret to anybody who has followed this channel for any significant amount of time that I have had struggles with depression and anxiety. And literally in some of my darkest moments in the last 6 years, I will go back and like search for this post and read it and just feel awesome. So you know what? If you should, it's a real nice boost of serotonin just reading through this thread and just going through the fucking lunacy of it all. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today on this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you just enjoy this post for a very long time. I know I will. And when Reddit is, whenever, you know, if this thread, if this sub, anything collapses at any point, I now have this for posterity on my YouTube channel, which is all I really could have asked for. I have other favorite lengthy Reddit posts, so if that's something that you would like me to do, if you want me to do something like this again, you know, do the good YouTube things. Like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Let me know you like it. You know, I always love to know when things are appreciated. And if you want to know when videos drop, exactly when they drop, hit that bell notification and YouTube will tell you, and that's really a great way to do that. And that is all I have to say about that. I don't know why that was such a declaration. I could have just moved into the next thing. I just want you to always remember and never forget to have a great life. Thank you very much.